Hello, good evening, everyone. Once again, welcome back to our channel. This is teacher Aubrey Bermudez, your English teacher. And tonight, we will be having another exciting and I'm sure it will be very engaging lesson because we will discuss about homophones. Yes, about homophones. But before that, let me ask you, is my audio and my video clear? Kindly put your comment on our live chat box. If you're watching on your mobile devices, the live chat box is there down below. And if you're watching on your laptops, on your computers, the live chat box is right beside your screen. And by the way, don't skip the ads. Don't skip the ads. Ayan. Yes, clear. Thank you for your feedback. And let me greet first all our early birds tonight who are waiting for me for our live lesson. We already have 52 live audience, but I would like to request a little favor. Please do share the link of our live video tonight to your friends. Share it on your wall, on your social media account, on your Facebook. Send the link on your messenger. So many will learn from tonight's lesson. Ayan, marami na nga. Hello, Mirabel. Hello. Lester, Carla, Arem. Hello. Sexy Arem. Kumusta? Ena Cadion. Hot Popsy. Hello. Yan Yurel Badaguas, hello. Ahmad Gabin, hello. Good evening. Babylene, Kimi Park. Maghapong umuulan, but please stay dry. Always pray and keep safe po ang lahat. Jara Monteverde, hello. Rose Cisneros, Kimi Park. Gemma Cristina Ducusin, Aymara. Cheryl Zosa, Julie Bombom, watching from Riyadh. From Hong Kong naman si Anna Cadion. From Valenzuela City, si Lizelle Bitong, hello. At si Jex Daya, good evening po Ma'am Aubrey and happy 107th anniversary po. Ayan, at sa lahat ng mga kapatid, kahapon nagdiwang tayo ng ating ika 107th anniversary. 107th anniversary po sa ating lahat. I'm just greeting all of you ngayon sa umpisa at mamaya na uli sa gawing hulihan at babalik-balikan po during our lesson ang inyong mga comments, ang inyong mga answers na nariyan po sa ating live chat box. Ayan na nga. So kapag tayo po ay nag-umpisa na ng ating pong live lesson, tuloy-tuloy na tayo, just like what I said in my last live video, para po may fluidity ang ating pong discussion. Maulan at walang tigil ang pag-ulan. Kumusta sa inyong mga lugar? Binaha po ba kayo? Mateo Do, Romor, salamat. Kurapi Caserano, na pinakaunang nag-comment sa ating live kanina nung ako ay nag-vlog ng ating live. Watching from Pioduran Albay, si Ray Orolfo. Aba, bago ka lang ha. At sa mga bago natin, o kahit matagal na live viewers ng ating channel, hindi ko pa nababasa ang mga pangalan ninyo, i-comment nyo naman sa live chat box para maramdaman ko yung presence ninyo. Hello, good evening to all of you. Mula sa K-Pombo, si Alicia Guevara, hello. Si Kepoy TV, ang aking kapatid, hello. Kaaro TV, Mary Elias, hello. Mary, kumusta? I'm glad na nanonood ka. At ayan na nga, Lawrence Sabanal Paul Sampole from Ilocos Sur. We were there, our family went there last 2018 sa Ilocos. Ilocos Sur, no? Tama, Ilocos Sur, Ilocos Norte. Basta nung punta kami dyan. Way back 2018, 3 years ago. From Canada, si Archie Macul. At ayan na nga, we're almost 4 minutes and 30 seconds live. Kaya naman, sa lahat, muli hinihiling ko po na para mas dumami pa tayo, i-share po ang link ng ating live video tonight sa inyong Facebook, sa inyong social media accounts or messenger para po mas maraming maabot ang ating pagtuturo tonight. And if you will learn from this video of ours tonight, Huwag pong kalimutan na mag-like at para maging bahagi kayo ng ating YouTube online community of learners at maging bahagi ng ating live chat community tonight, mag-subscribe po sa ating channel. I-click ang subscribe button sa ibaba. And don't forget to ring the notification bell. Yes, para always kayong updated whenever we will be having live videos like this. How's my day? Ang araw ko, I started my day waking up. I printed our IPCRF na ipinasa namin sa division. Yun yung grading sa mga public school teachers. Doon binabata yung performance namin. And then after that, umuwi ako. May ginawa kasi may seminar kami next week for division. I'll be having my talk. Mag-speaker po ako sa magiging seminar namin next week about radio broadcasting. Ganun, ayun. Tapos, nagpahinga ulit. And then, nag-prepare, umarap sa laptop, and then nag-prepare for our church. Sumamba kanina, kaya pagka-uwi galing pagsamba, umawit. Eto, nag-prepare ako for our live tonight. Thank you, thank you. Kayo, kumusta ang mga araw ninyo? Ilagay sa ating live chat box. Gaya ng live ko sinasabi sa inyo, right after the live video, pinapanood ko ng buo yung live. Kaya kung may lampasan man akong mga live comments ninyo, once na pinanood ko ulit, lahat po yan ay nababasa ko. At yung mga remarkable, ini-screenshot ko para mabasa ko ulit sa gallery ng phone ko. Alright, so let's begin our topic or our lesson for tonight. And just like the usual thing I am doing before any lesson, I'm going to share first a motivational adage or quotation. And this motivational quotation was from Theodore Roosevelt. Are you familiar with him? Are you familiar with Theodore Roosevelt? Sabi niya, courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. Again, courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going when you don't have the strength. That was from Theodore Roosevelt. What does that mean? Nangangahulugan lang na ang tapang. Ang tapang daw ay hindi nangangahulugang mayroon kang kalakasan para magpatuloy. Pero ito raw pala, ang tapang raw pala talaga ay ang pagpapatuloy. Kapag sumapit ka sa pagkakataong wala ka ng sapat na lakas. Ulitin ko, ang tapang, lahat tayo humaharap minsan sa mga pagkakataong nanghihina tayo, akala natin para masabing matapang ay yung nagpapatuloy ka dahil malakas ka, hindi. Ang tunay na tapang ay masusubok mo kapag sumapit ka sa pagkakataong wala ka ng lakas, pero nagpapatuloy ka pa. And I hope that motivational quote inspired you tonight. And with that, let's begin our lesson about homophones. Ayan, homophones. Everybody say homophones. Everybody say homophone. Sabihin nga po, homophone. Yes, correct. Theodore Roosevelt was one of the presidents of the United States of America. What do we mean by homophones? From our last lesson, last Saturday, I think, last Saturday, our live lesson was about homonyms. At balikan lang natin, kapag sinabing homonyms, actually halos karugtong niya to. Homonyms, homophones, homograph. Pero ngayon, dito muna tayo sa homophones. When we say homonym, yung last lesson natin, those are words with the same spelling and sound. Mga salita na magkapareho ang baybay, ang spelling, pati yung paraan kung paano sila bigkasin. Pero magkaiba yung kahulugan. Ngayon naman, narito tayo sa homophone. What do we mean by homophone? My dear learners, when we say homophone, nawala ba? Tuloy-tuloy ba yung connection natin? Parang nawala ata ako. Hindi ba ako nawala? Ayan. When we say homophones, those are words. Yes. Pag sinabi po nating homophones, yun po yung mga salita na magkapareho sila ng... Ayan. When we say homophones, yun po yung mga salita na magkapareho po ng kahulugan, magkapareho ng tunog. Homophones are words with the same sound. Pareho sila ng bigkas, pareho ng tunog, pareho ng pronunciation. Pero po, magkaiba sila ng baybay o ng spelling at magkaiba rin ng kahulugan. Ulitin natin, kapag sinabi nating homophones, these are words with the same sound. Pareho ng bigkas, pareho ng pagkaka-pronounce, pero magkaiba po ng spelling, magkaiba ng baybay, at magkaiba ng kahulugan. Alamin natin, may ibabahagi ako sa inyo ngayong plenty of words that belong to this group, homophone. Simulan na po natin. If you know the meaning of the words, simple lang naman yung mga salitang ibabahagi ko tonight. Pero gusto ko makita na sa ating community of learners tonight na gagamitin po ninyo sa pangungusap. Okay? Try to make a sentence out of the words that I'm about to share with you tonight. And I'm hoping na maayos yung connection natin. It's raining, but I hope na hindi nakaka-bother yung tunog ng ulan sa labas. Let's begin our discussion. The first words are these. Ito po ang pinakauna. We have sana nakikita ninyo ang malinaw. Ito, ang pinakauna po natin ay ito. Kikita po bang malinaw? Ayan, the first one is air and air. What is the difference between air and air? Okay. And what? If you know other homophones, don't be shy na i-share sa ating live chat box para makita ng ating community of learners tonight. Okay, my dear learners, when we say air, the first one, by the way, these two are both nouns. Pareho po silang nouns. Okay? Take note of that. Tama. Sabi ni Yan Urel Badagwas, the first one, air, A-I-R, is hangin. And the second one, air, it is silent H. Hindi po binabasa yan na hair. Ang basa dyan ay air, silent H. Hindi binabasa ang H. Ang kahulugan naman yan ay tama. Tagapagmana, sabi rin ni Mekman, air is successor. Tama po, tagapagmana. Air, the first one, is wind. So, that's the simple def po yung hangin. Alright? Hangin, as simple as that. While the second one is a person entitled to the property or rank of another after death. O, sa madaling salita, tagapagmana. Let's try to use these two in a sentence. For the first one, we may say, the Game of Thrones was first aired in 2011. Pero pansinin natin, ang salitang air doon, hindi na siya function as noun. Dahil aside sa meaning ng air na hangin, it may also mean the verb one o maiere. Diba? Maiere. The new show will be aired. So, ganun siya ginamit. The Game of Thrones show was first aired in 2011. The second one, air, we may say, in Game of Thrones, who is the real heir to the throne? In Game of Thrones, who is the real heir to the throne? Sino ang totoong tagapagmana sa trono? Again, we have air and air. Share your thoughts and your sentences on our live chat. Sabi ni Mateo do, I want fresh air. Ayan, tama yung first sentence mo ha. Pero yung sentence, kailangan ang meaning niya is tagapagmana. Sabi ni Mekman, Queen Elizabeth will be succeeded by her heirs when she steps down from the throne. Tama po. Alright, let's have the second pair of word. This is the second one. These are the second ones. Tingnan po natin. We have these two. We have board and we have board. B-O-A-R-D. You see, different spelling. And the second one is board na B-O-R-E-D. What's the difference? Okay lang, Kimi Park, you can still replay the video. You can still replay this video. The first one, my dear learners, when we say board, listen carefully. Board na B-O-A-R-D, It is a noun o pangalan. It is a flat piece of wood. Flat piece of wood. Board. Okay? Just like illustration board, cardboard. And the other one, board, which is B-O-R-E-D, my dear learners, it means, ano mo ang kahulugan ng board na yan? Ang board na yan ay nangangahulugan na lacking interest or engagement o nabuburyong ka. As simple as that. Bored, lacking interest or engagement. Boring, nabuburyong. And when we say bored, it is an adjective o pang-uri. Nagbibigay uri sa pangalan o panghalik. Bored. Now, let us try to use these two in a sentence. For the first one, board, which means a flat piece of wood, let us say art teacher or the art teacher is drawing a beautiful portrait on the board. The art teacher is drawing a beautiful portrait on the board. That's for the first one. For the second one, which means lacking interest or engagement, you're not interested at all. Let's say she got bored during the history lecture. She got bored during the history lecture, di ba? Usually, kapag may mga lectures, yung mga history na kwento, yung iba natutulog. Kasi boring daw yon. Pero depende yon sa interest na iuukol mo. Again, we have bored and bored. Try to put your sentences on our live chat box. Hello, Teacher Kathy from the YouTube channel English Practice with Kathy. Hi. I am bored with the announcement. I am bored with the announcement on the board. Sabi ni Margary Garilao, bored is like blackboard. Bored, which is the second one, is boring o walang magawa, nakakawalang interes. Tama po. Now, let's move on to the next words. For words number 3, listen, these are our verbs number 3. We have number 8. I'll be using this one. Okay, for our words number 3, this is it. Our words number 3 are this. We have break, B-R-A-K-E, and the second one is break also, which is B-R-E-A-K. What is the difference? What is the difference? All right, so this is their difference. The first one, break, it can be a noun or it can also be a verb. It depends on how you use this word in a sentence. Pwede siyang mag-function na noun, pwede rin mag-function na verb. Okay? And this one, break, B-R-E-A-K, it is also a noun and it can also function as a verb. Depende sa pagkakagamit sa pangungusap. Bigyan muna natin ng kahulugan. The first one, break, sabi ni Macman, break na itong pangalawa raw ay to stop. Siguro yung una. Break. Yung unang break, brake, yung spelling. B-R-A-K-E. To stop. Tumigil, huminto. Kapag naman break na ito, to cut into 2 pieces. It's okay, Karapika. Pwede pa namang i-replay yung unang part ng video. Alright, let's give the definition of these 2 words. The first one, break, B-R-A-K-E. It is a device for slowing or stopping a moving vehicle. O in layman's term, sa mga sasakyan, bisikleta, motor, when we say this brake, it means yung preno. Preno, okay? Typically by applying pressure to the wheels, such as brake in the car and other vehicles. Yung preno po. Okay, and that is a noun. For the second one, brake, B-R-E-A-K, it has a different meaning with this first one. Anong kahulugan niya? As a noun, bilang noun o pangalan, ang kahulugan nito ay separate into pieces. Okay? O paghihiwa-hiwalayin into pieces. At kapag verb naman, it means interruption of continuity. Interruption of continuity o siya yung tumitigil. Siya yung naging dahilan kung bakit natigil. Okay? Now, let's try to use these two in a sentence. For the first one, brake, he applied the brakes to stop the car. He applied the brakes to stop the car. The second one is, you should take uniform breaks to refresh your mind and reset your attention. You should take uniform breaks to refresh your mind and reset your attention. Now it's your turn to use these two words in a sentence. That's for our number 3. Now let's proceed to number 4. Hello, Simply Sassy, watching and learning. Okay lang, Lloyd? Pwede mong i-replay yung unang part ng video natin. It's okay. Now let's proceed to our words number 4. For the words number 4, let's have these words. I know you're familiar with these. I told you these words are just, easy words. We usually hear these words, we usually use these words, but let's just be aware that they have the same pronunciation and sounds, but their spelling, their definition are totally different from each other. For our number 4, we have these words. Can you see these clearly? For number 4, we have dear and dear. Again, both of these are long E. Yes, the sound is long E. Say dear, dear and dear. What is their difference? Let's give the definition. For the first one, my dear learners, the first one, dear, the meaning is these. Listen carefully. The first one, deer, it is a noun, yes. It is a hoof grazing animal. It is a hoof grazing animal, which is also known in Filipino as usa. Ayan ha, with branched bony antlers that are shed annually and typically born only by the male. Again, when we say deer, the first one, it means usa. Ayan ha, usa po. Alam niyo yung usa? The second one, dear, which is D-E-A-R, it is a noun and an adjective. Pwede siyang mag-function sa sentence bilang pangalan, pwede rin namang maging adjective o pang-uri. Depende sa pagkakagamit. For the first one, ayan, dear is used for the beloved person. Dear is used for the beloved person. O, di ba, kapag sumusulat tayo, Dear Lynn, o mahal kong Lynn. Because this dear means mahal or beloved person. Now, let's try to use these two in a sentence. Ayan na, dahil ko nakikitang examples. At sa mga nanonood, pindutin niyo po yung live chat, mababasa niyo rin yung mga sagot ng mga kaklase niyo tonight, ng other online learners tonight. Yes. Now, let's use these two in a sentence. The first one is deer, which is usa. Animals like deer, the first one, were an important source of food for early humans. Again, animals like deer were an important source of food for early humans. Yes, alam niyo ba dati nung unang panahon, isa sa mga kinakain ng mga ninuno natin, kapag sila'y nangangaso, ay mga usa. O yung mga nahuhuli nila sa gubat, isa na nga roon ay ang usa. For the second one, dear, which means beloved one, let's say, Hey, dear, are you okay? Hey, dear, are you okay? Or when I say, my dear learners, how are you? Mahal kong mga mag-aaral, kumusta na kayo? Again, for number 4, we have dear and dear. Now, your turn to make a sentence. Let's proceed to our words number 5. For the words number 5, according to Babylin Antonio, I want a dear, dear. My dear mom, do you want a chocolate? Hey, my dear servant, can you please feed my dear? Wow, thank you, Ferben. Moteido, dear diary, I'm happy to participate in our class or in our online class. From Mekman, she ate a deer last night, says my dear wife. Wow. Simply Sassy, deers are now endangered species. Please, dear, let us plant trees for the deers. For the deer. Mm. Thank you for sharing your answers. Again, to everyone who is watching, I am encouraging you, my dear learners, to participate on our live chat box. For our number 5, we have these two. For number 5, we have these two. What is hello, teacher Janet from Turkey? How are you? The first one is do. The second one is also do. Yeah, they are the same because they are homophones. The first one, do, spelled as DEW, and the second one is DUE. Ang lakas ng ulan. Naririnig ba yung ingay ng ulan? I hope hindi naman. Ayan. Let us differentiate these two. For the first one, dear, it is a noun o pangalan. The second one, it can be a noun. Pwede siyang maging pangalan. Pwede rin naman siyang mag-function as adjective o pang-uri. Now, let's define them. The first one, do, DEW, it means tiny raindrops or tiny drops of water. Tiny drops of water that form on the ground and other surfaces outside during the night when atmospheric vapor condenses. O tinatawag din natin ang tinatawag natin ang dew, my dear learners, na hamog in Filipino. Again, dew in Filipino, it is called as hamog. Nakita na ba kayo ng hamog? Kapag gigising kayo ng madaling araw, titingin kayo sa mga dahon. May makikita kayong parang drops of water na bilog-bilog na nasa dahon. Yun po yung tinatawag natin dew or hamog. And the second one, do, D-U-E, it can be an adjective or it can also be a noun. Sabi ni Mateo Do, the bill of electricity is due. Hello from America, Annalisa Aquino. It means what is owed, especially money to one. Okay? Due means owed to one, especially money, o yung nga kailangang bayaran, utang. Okay? For adjective, in terms of adjective, my dear learners, when we say do, it is something that is expected to happen or to arrive at a particular time. Okay? Now, DEW, let's say, in the early morning, the grass was wet with dew. In the early morning, the grass was wet with dew. Sa maaga o sa umaga, ang mga damo ay nabasa o basa dahil sa hamog or dew, DEW. For the second one, DUE, let's say, when is the first payment due? When is the first payment due? Alam natin yan, lalo ng mga parents, ng mga adults. Kapag darating na si due date, di ba? Yung mga bayarin. Again, for number 5, we have do and do. Now, let us proceed to number 6. Margary Garilao, dew is like a morning dew or moist. Yung dew naman, DUE, is like due date. Yes, exactly, correct. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and ideas. For number 6, my dear learners, we have this very simple, very common, but they are actually part of homophones. Number 6, we have, according to Yen, the due of my insurance is every quarter of the year. Wow, we're the same. Pareho tayo. Every quarter of the year, ang due date ng insurance. Okay, for number six, can you see this clearly? Number 6, we have I and I. Simple lang. I and I. Ako. As simple as that. The first one, I, part of the body we are using for seeing, yung mata. And the second one, I, used as the subject of a verb to refer to the person speaking or writing. O in layman's term, I, in Filipino, it is ako, I. As simple as that. Now let us use these two in a sentence. The first one, I, is this. I am reading your comments, by the way. The first one is I. She has beautiful eyes. She has beautiful eyes. For the second one, I am pretty sure that you are already aware of this word. Gotcha. I am pretty sure that you are already aware of this word. Gotcha. Okay? Again, for number 6, we have I and I. Use these two in a sentence. Now, let's proceed to our words number 7. For the words number 7, alright, let's continue. Pinasara ko lang yung bintana. Okay, for number 7, Fervin Mejos, I can't take my eyes off you. Thank you for sharing your ideas. Now, for our number 7, we have flower. Flower. Everybody say flower. It's not flower. It's not flower. It's flower. Flower. The second one is flower. It's not, letter W is not directly pronounced. Okay? Hindi siya obviously na pinapronounce na flower. It's flower. They are almost the same. Thank you, teacher English Shara. Flour. Flour is what we put in bread. Or in Filipino, tinatawag natin tong harina o harina. Okay? The second one, as simple as bulaklak. Flour. 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 They are the same. Now, let's use these two in a sentence. Say, for example, for the number 1, flour, let's say, thicken the sauce by adding a little flour. Thicken the sauce by adding a little flour. O palaputin mo ang sauce sa pamagitan ng pagdaragdag ng harina. And for the second one, flour, let's say flour always brings a smile on your face and refreshes your mood. Diba? Lalo kapag ang babae naka-receive ng flour. Diba? Ang sarap sa feeling. Diba? It can bring smile and it can refreshen any person's mood. Again, we have flour and flour. Try to use these two in a sentence. That's for our number 7. We already have 7 pair of words. Let's now proceed to word number 8. For words number 8, we have Anna Cadion, the flower I got today is already expired. Mateo, I give you a dozen of flowers. Thank you for sharing your ideas and answers. Now let's proceed to our word number word number 8. For the word number 8, my dear learners, we have for and for. The first for is a preposition. Yes, it's a preposition. For is a preposition, and it means in support of or in favor of a person or a policy. Example sentence is this: Today we brought a new blog for you. Okay, for in Filipino is para kay, for you with something new to learn. That's our first one, which is a preposition. For the second one, for is as simple as a number o apat. Yan lang po. 4 is my favorite number. That's just an example, but my favorite number is 8 and 24. Ayan. So, gamitin niyo rin po sa pangungusap. Very simple lang. Now, let's proceed to our words number 9. We have, thank you for showing so much engagement on our live lesson tonight. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and ideas. Now let's have our number 9 na po tayo. Sabi ni May Esitan, I bought 4 flowers, or I bought 4 flower of bouquet for my mother's birthday. Marisa Tandog, I woke up every 4 o'clock for some reasons. Samuel David, flour, Flour, is for baking. Jara Monteverde, I brought 4 chocolates for my friends. I brought 4 chocolates for my friends. Now let's proceed to words number 9. For the words number 9, we have, can you see clearly? We have here and here. Again, for words number 9, we have here, Hear, and here, which is Here. Oh, what's the difference? It's an easy. These two are very familiar words, and yes, we use these 2 words most of the time. For the first one, Hear, it is the verb. Ito po ay pandiwa o tumutukoy sa kilos, hear. When we say hear, it means to perceive with the ear o marinig, hear, pakinggan, hear. With the ear, the sound made by someone or something. So when we say hear, as simple as pakinggan, Hear. For the second one, here, Here, it is an adverb or pang-abay o tumutukoy sa lugar na nasa saan ka o sa lugar kung nasaan ka ngayon. When we say here, it means dito, here, dito. Again, here indicates the place where you are at the moment. Now, let's use these 2 in a sentence. The first one here, which is a verb or to perceive with the ear, pakinggan. Let's say, I am unable to hear your voice. Can you please speak aloud? Hindi ko marinig ang boses mo. Pwede bang magsalita ka ng malakas? For the second one here, Here, let's say, welcome guys. Here, you will find the appropriate content for learning new homophones. Again, welcome guys! Tinatanggap ko kayo. Halika kayo, manood kayo ngayong gabi. My dear learners, here, dito, you will find the appropriate content. Matatagpuan nyo yung mga kaalaman na tumpak para sa inyo ukol sa pag-aaral sa mga bagong homophones. And that is happening at the very moment. Now, use these 2 words in your own sentences. These Two are for our number 9. Here and here. Both of these words are pronounced using vowel sound. long vowel sound na letter E. Here, here. Okay? Now, let us proceed to words number 10. For words number 10, my dear learners, eto ha, yung iba na mispronounce nila yung pangalawang salitang ito. Pero hindi po ganoon, yung nakasanayan. Marami kasi akong naririnig na iba yung pronunciation nila eh. Ano po ba ang words na ito? Let's have these two. We have whole and whole. Yung iba, naririnig ko, marami akong naririnig na ang pronunciation dito sa salitang ito ay whole. One whole sheet of paper. No, it's whole. Whole. They are both pronounced as whole. Everybody, again, whole and whole. Whole and whole. Now, let's differentiate the meaning. For the first one, whole is a noun o pangalan. Whole is a gap or hollow. Again, whole is a gap or hollow place in a solid body or surface. Or when we say whole, it is butas. May butas. Butas, whole. The second one, whole, it means entire or all of or yung kabuuan, buo, which is an adjective o pang uri. Now, let's try to use these two in a sentence. Gamitin po natin sila sa pangungusap. The first one, whole, my dear learners, listen carefully. Whole, which is a noun, let's say, he had a hole in his socks. Kayo ba? Nagkaroon na rin ba ng butas ang mga medyas ninyo? Okay, share or make a sentence expressing something or a thing you own that has a hole or butas. The second one, whole, let's say, I read the whole book in one day. Or it means, binasa mo yung buong aklat, yung kabuuan ng aklat sa loob lamang ng isang araw. Again, for number 10, we have whole and whole. Malakas ulan dyan, Karapika. Dito rin malakas nag-worry ako pero nababasa ko naman sa chats ninyo, hindi naman affected yung audio ko ng malakas na ulan. Ayan, medyo humina na ulit. Again, these two are for our number 10. Now, let's proceed to number 11. Number 11 tayo. I'll be sharing with you 15 words tonight. For 15 pair of words. For number 11, we have these. They are pronounced the same. We have hour and hour. What's the difference? Hour and hour. This is for hour number 11. Ano po ang kanilang pinagkaiba? The first one, hour, which has letter H. Yung may letter H na hour, it is a noun. Okay, noun. And the meaning of these hour, say hour, hour and hour, 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 hour. They are the same. The first one, which is a noun that has letter H, hour, it is a period of time equal to 60 minutes, or in Filipino, oras. Ganun kasimple. The second one, hour, is a determiner. It is a determiner which means belonging to us. Belonging to us, or our, sa atin. In Filipino, it means sa atin. Now, let's use these two in a sentence. The first one is, you should positively spend at least an hour daily for reading. Again, you should positively spend at least an hour daily for reading. That's for our first one. For the second word, hour, which means belonging to us o sa atin. Let's say our aim should be crystal clear before we start our move towards it. Again, our aim should be crystal clear before we start our move towards it. Again, for words number 11, we have our and our. Our. They are the same. Now, use these two in a sentence. Mateo do, I will call you back within an hour. I spent my whole day watching my favorite K-drama from Kimmy Park. Mekman, our is oras. Our, walang H, is akin. Or our is atin. Ang akin, that's mine. Mine lang po yun, mine. Isa ka lang na may-ari. Pero pag our, marami kayo, atin. Alright? Now, let's proceed to words. Number 11. Number 12 na po tayo pala. For words number 12, we have for words number 11, we have him and him. For the second word, letter N is silenced. Hindi siya binibigkas. Silent N po. Hindi binibigkas ang letter N. Okay, so they sound the same. They are pronounced the same. It is him. Everybody say him and him. Him and him. What do you think is their difference? What is the meaning of this and this one? Yes, from Mekman, the second him means kanta or awitin. Now let's differentiate them. The first one, him, it is a pronoun o pang. What is pronoun in Filipino? Panghalip. Yes, pronoun o pumapalit sa pinaka-pinag-uusapan. Or him in Filipino, it is siya. Siya na lalaki. Yun nga lang, in Filipino grammar, in Filipino language, kapag sinabi nating siya, pwede na yung tumukoy sa lalaki o babae. Unlike in the English language or in the English grammar, there is a term for siya na babae, which is her. Him is, him is sa kanya na lalaki. At her naman sa kanya na babae. Okay, so again, when we say him, it is a pronoun. Pronoun, him. And him is usually used as the object of a verb or preposition to refer to a man, boy, male, animal that has been mentioned or just about to be mentioned. For the second one, him, it is also pronounced as him, hindi binabasa ang N, at yung Y, pinopronounce siya as E. Okay? Hymn is a religious song or poem to praise God. O sa panahon ngayon, kapag sinabi nating hymn, it means awit, di ba? May mga awit sa bawat rehiyon. It is called as hymn, awit. Or karaniwan talaga, ang kahulugan nito ay yung awit na nakaukol sa mga pagsamba, yun po. Ngayon, gamitin natin sila sa pangungusap. Ayan, sabi ni Romer, salamat, hymn pertaining to a male. Yan Urel Badagwas, hymn is song, hymn is panghalip for male. Thank you. Marisa Tamdog, I sung a hymn with him. Nice. Example? Ang hymn po, kurapika, for male po yun. Hindi siya pang lalaki. For female, her ang ginagamit. Now, let's use this two in a sentence. For the first one, hymn, let's say, do not be judgmental for any person unless and until you know him. Do not be judgmental for any person unless and until you know him. For the second one, which is a song, hymn, gamit natin sa pangungusap. The church congregation stood up to sing a hymn. The church congregation stood up to sing a hymn. Again, for our words number 12, we have hymn and him. Use in your own sentences. Gary Bedia Jr. Wow, ngayon ko lang nabasa pangalan mo. Thank you for participating, Gary. Are you asking him about the hymn? Nice example. Metman, hymn, which has letter N at the end and Y, a song dedicated to God. Yep, that's very good. Now let's proceed to our words number 13. Eto, natalakay ko na to sa mga nakaraan kong video, pero bahagi siya nito, talakayin natin. They are pronounced the same, but they have different meaning. Words number 13 is this. We have its, na may apostrophe S, and its, which is its without apostrophe. What's the difference? The first one, with apostrophe S, it is a contraction o pinagsamang dalawang salita. Ito pong its na to ay pinagsama na it is. Okay? The first one is the contraction of the words it is. Kaya siya naging its. Inalis po yung I, pinalitan ng apostrophe. Ibig sabihin, kapag may ganyang apostrophe sa taas, meron siyang inalis na letter. Kaya nagkaroon ng contraction. Pinagsama yung dalawang salita. Ngayon, ano naman ang kahulugan niyan? In Filipino, it is or it's, this one, yes, as I said, contraction of the words it is. It is, in Filipino, we know this in Filipino as ito ay. It is. Ito ay. Or the short term for it is. The second one, it's means belonging to or relating to something that has already been mentioned. Or it is the possessive pronoun. Yes, it's the possessive pronoun used for object, for things, or even for animals. It's. Subukan natin gamitin sa pangungusap. The first one is it's my fault or it is my fault. It is not my fault. It is yours. It's not my fault. It's yours. Ito ay hindi ko kasalanan. Ito ay sa iyo. That's the first one. The second one, it's na walang apostrophe, which means belonging to or relating to o sa kanya. Tumutukoy dun sa unang nabanggit. Okay? Let's say the company increased its profits. The company increased its profits. Yung its doon is a possessive pronoun na tumutukoy doon sa company, pag-aari ng company. Okay? It's. Now, use these two words in a sentence. By the way, tinalakay ko to, bahagi to nung lesson ko na 10 most commonly confused English words. Panoorin po ninyo yung video na yun. Now, let's proceed to our Hello, Guillaume TV. Ngayon ko lang rin nabasa ang pangalan mo. Yes, it's pagmamayari. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Now, let's proceed to our words number 14. We're almost near the end of the lesson. Eto po. What is the difference between these two words? We have Mary and Mary. Mary and Mary. Walang anuman aris. Mary and Mary. Isang letter A at isang letter E. Okay, the first one, Mary, which is letter A, it means to become the legally accepted husband or wife of someone in an official or religious ceremony. Hindi ceremony ha, it's ceremony. Marry is verb, pakasalan. It's a verb o pandiwa, kilos, pakasalan, marry. I wanna marry. Gusto kitang pakasalan. The second one, marry, which is letter E, marry your daughter from the song Marry Your Daughter. Diba? Alam niyo yun? And marry na letter A, it means, na letter E, sorry. Marry na letter E naman, it means to be cheerful and lively. And it is an adjective. Okay? Adjective o pang-uri. Now, let's use these two in a sentence. The first one is, men tend to marry later than women. Ulitin natin. Men tend to marry later than women. O mas nahuhuli raw magpakasal ang mga lalaki kaysa sa mga babae. Mas nahuhuling magpakasal ang mga lalaki kaysa mga babae. Totoo ba 'yon? Mas marami bang tumatandang binata kaysa dalaga? Mhm. Mary from Regina Dorado. Mary means ikasal, and Mary abundance. Yan, Mary. Mary, kaligayahan. Hello, thank you, Romer. And I wish you a Merry, para sa mga may Christmas, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Yun yung karaniwan nating naririnig, di ba? Basta kapag sinabing marry, it's a verb which means pakasalan. To marry, pakasal. And the second one means cheerful and lively. Masaya, maligaya. Now, use these two words in a sentence. Again, we have Mary and Mary for our words number 14. Sabi ni Feet 1. Tama ba? Aba, ngayon ko lang din nabasa pangalan mo. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on our live discussion. Sabi niya, marry immediately is not a solution. Marrying immediately. Having merry or masaya, having merry relationship would be the best one. Tama naman, no? Huwag magmadali, pero kung tiyak ka na, bakit hindi? Okay, number 15 for our last word. I will be merry from Ferben Mejos. Sabi niya, I will be merry, magiging masaya raw siya, if you will marry me. Hello, Gyoma. Hello, Lloyd. Opo, hindi nga po. Hello, Ronald. Race or Rase? Thank you for watching. Now, let's proceed to the last word tonight on our homophones lesson. By the way, if you have other answers, I highly encourage that you share your answers or other research about homophones or those words with the same sound or pronunciation but different in meaning and in spelling. If you have other answers, kung meron kayong alam na iba pang homophones, I highly encourage na ilagay niyo po sa ating comment. Huwag na sa live chat para mabasa rin ng iba. Okay? Sa mismo comment section na, para mabasa rin ng mga bago manonood itong replay ng video, ilagay niyo yung meaning nila. Subukan niyo kahit 5 lang, yun yung assignment niyo sa akin. Maghanap kayo ng 5 pa na homophones na hindi ko natalakay ngayon kasi sobrang daming homophones. Pero imposible namang matalakay ko sila ngayong lahat, ngayong gabi. At yung iba, assignment ninyo, hanapin ninyo. Napakarami kung i-share ninyo sa ating comment sa ibaba. Kahit hindi na sa live chat. Haha, Kimi Park, when will you marry your boyfriend, ma'am? Yan Urel, bat, but. Okay? Mekman, walk. Meron bang salitang walk na W-O-K? I'm curious about that. Meron ba? Meron nga. Walk, meron nga talagang ganun, ano? A ball-shaped frying pan used typically in Chinese cooking. Wok. Yung pinaglulutuan sa Chowking, wok ang tawag doon. Beat and beat. Okay lang, Karapika, you may replay the video. And for the last one tonight is this. For the last one, my dear learners, we have eto. Medyo intermittent na yung internet natin, but I hope the audio quality is still the same. Medyo lumalabo yung video, but it's okay. For number 15, the last pair of words tonight for our homonym lesson is plain and plain. Hello, Carol Salahog. Hello. Okay, plain and plain. What is their difference? The first one is P-L-A-I-N. The second one is P-L-A-N-E. Ano ang kanilang pinagkaiba? The first one, plain, it is an adjective And it can also function as a noun. Pwede siyang mag-function bilang pang-uri or adjective. Pwede namang mag-function bilang pangalan or noun. And this first one, plain, means not decorated or elaborate. Simple or basic in character. Plain. Pag sinabing plain, napaka-plain naman ng suot mo, walang gasinong dekorasyon. Ang plain naman ng bahay ninyo, walang dekorasyon, walang kung anumang design. Very basic. Okay? And the second one, plain is a noun which is synonymous or a synonym for airplane. For airplane. Okay, yung lumilipad na sinasakyan natin, airplane. This one. Now, let's use this two in a sentence. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, thank you. Plain. Level, naka-level lang. Pwede rin siyang plain. Yung plain na to, pwede yung adjective na plain o walang gasinong art. Pwede rin namang noun siya na plain or level lang. Or bahagi yan ng isang uri yan ng yamang lupa, plain. Uri ng kalupaan, plain, naka-level lang. Okay? My favorite t-shirt is plain. Again, gamitin natin sila sa pangusap. The first one is it's good or it is good to put donations in a plain envelope. It is good to put donations in a plain envelope. And the second one, plain, P-L-A-N-E, our plane is scheduled to depart at 8:45. Our plane is scheduled to depart at 8:45. Now, it's your turn to use these two words in a sentence. For last and number 15, we have plain and plain. Pakigamit nga po sa pangungusap. And again, the words I shared with you tonight, we call all of them as homophones. Yes, homophones. Homophones are words in English. Yes, two or more words in English with the same sound or pronounced the same way, but they have different spelling and most especially they have different meaning. Madali silang matukoy kapag nakasulat o nababasa, pero kapag pinopronounce, pareho kasi sila ng paraan ng pagkaka-pronounce. Again, we have homophones. And lastly, for my assignment, my dear learners, gaya ng hiling ko sa inyo, maghanap kayo ng at least 5 homophones or words with the same sound but different spelling and meaning, at subukan nyo rin gamitin sa pangungusap. Ilagay po ninyo ilagay din po ninyo sa ating, wag na po sa live chat, sa comment section na lang para mabasa ng mga manonood na replay ng video na ito. And I hope, my dear learners, you find this video helpful, you find our lesson helpful. Meron lang akong konting hiling sa inyo bago tayo matapos din tonight. Sana po mapagbigyan niyo ako, may humiling lang sa akin. I'm requesting you to watch the video of this young girl. Yes, of this young girl. I'll put the link on our live chat box. Paki-watch po ninyo, paki-like, mag-comment na rin kayo, lalo sa mga anak niyo kung mahilig sa BTS. Although wala akong idea doon, hindi ako nanonood. Pero ayun nga, pakipanood lang po, a little favor, and then paki-like, comment, and then mag-subscribe na rin po kayo. Yan, it's Iya. Ayan po yung link. Ano po? That's a little favor lang po. Salamat. And again, I hope, my dear learners, you learned a lot from our lesson tonight. Kahit lakas ang ulan, I'm still hopeful na maayos yung signal at pinagkaloob naman sa atin tonight para magkasama-sama po muli tayo. Thank you, Abby Barwell. Ngayon ko lang nabasa ang pangalan mo, ha? Thank you dahil di ka na nahiya, nag-comment ka na sa live chat box natin. Again, if you learned a lot from this lesson, from this live lesson, thank you, Yen. Thank you, Mekman. At sa lahat nga po, kung marami kayong natutunan, huwag kalimutan na mag-like. Yes, give our video a thumbs up at i-share nyo rin po ang link sa inyong Facebook, sa inyong social media, at pwedeng i-share ang link sa Messenger or sa chat. Pag pinost sa Facebook, lagyan ng hashtag Learn English with Teacher Aubrey. Gawin nyo pong public para makita ko kapag naghahanap ako ng mga hashtag Learn with Teacher Aubrey. At lagyan nyo ng Quotation, bakit sa palagay niyo dapat matutunan yung mga ganitong bagay? And also, I'm inviting you to become a part of my second channel in which I do vlogs together with my family. It is Aubrey and Family Lifestyle TV. Go directly on my YouTube channel. Makikita nyo doon yung featured channel. At pag nagpunta kayo doon sa second channel ko, makikita nyo rin sa featured channel yung channel naman ng kuya ko. Mag-enjoy kayong panoorin yun. Mag-subscribe din kayo at isupport nyo rin siya. 1P Motovlog. Ayan, thank you so much to all of you. But before I end this live video, babasahin ko at magpapasalamat ako sa mga kasama natin tonight. Si Guioma, Regina Dorado, Mateo, may kasama tayong Korean tonight. Jara Monteverde. Myra Bell, hello, thank you. Muhammad, thank you. Uh-huh. Ayan, si Romer. Thank you for practicing and using the words on your own sentence. Jara, Ronnie and Tess, Kimi Park. At let me share with you this quotation before we end. Sa umpisa kanina, I shared with you a quotation about courage. And now, as we end this video, let me share this one with you. That a little progress each day adds up to big results. Again, a little progress each day adds up to big results. O yung mga maliliit na improvement every day. Yan yung mga dahilan kung bakit darating ka sa araw at pagkakataon na makikita mo rin yung malaki at magagandang resulta. Okay? Sabi nga, di ba? Great achievements come from small beginnings. Lahat ng mga magagarbo at magaganda at mga pagtatagumpay na nakakamit sa buhay, lahat ng yan ay nagsimula sa maliliit na mga pagtsatsaga, pagsisikap sa bawat araw. At muli, gaya nga ng lagi kong ipinapaalala sa inyo na anuman ang inyong mga edad, estado sa buhay o narating sa buhay, basta meron po kayong gustong makamit sa anuman pong larangan sa pag-aaral, sa pagtatrabaho, o sa kung anuman. Lahat po ng yan ay posible. Basta po lagi lamang pagsisikapan at pagsasanayan. Once again, thank you so much. Good night to all of you, my dear learners. Have a good night. God bless you all. Always pray and keep safe. Bye!